Come on. Football!
All right, everyone. Welcome to the O-Line Committee. This is a film breakdown where, lucky you and lucky me, we get to sit down with two former NFL offensive linemen, a decade-and-a-half experience in the National Football League trenches, Jeremiah Sirles and Alex Boone. And we are here to talk to our friends, Philadelphia Eagles fans, about what they are getting in Saquon Barkley. How much does he have left in the tank? How much does he help their offense? And just generally, what are they getting with one of the premier running backs the last 5 years when healthy in the NFL? Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Jeremiah from a hotel in Fargo, North Dakota right now, by the way. In the flesh.
What a day.
I just found out one of the coaches made it in to do the workout. Like, just now got a text from the scout, so that makes me extremely happy because all the coaches weren't able to make it in because of this stupid storm.
Dude.
Yes.
It's gotta grind through that thing, four-wheel drive. Make it
I'm still so pissed that I don't get to be there right now to watch Jalen and Jake and just to see the whole NDSU atmosphere because I hear that it's incredible.
You'll come up. We'll come up. We'll do another trip up here.
I know we need to.
So before we roll, so I've got a handful of plays here. Obviously, Saquon in a Giants uniform, which is kind of a weird dynamic for Eagles fans. But just in general, the Eagles are going through a lot of stuff here. They lose on both sides of the ball in the trenches two all-time great Eagles players, right? But they lost all those games at the end. They're trying to push this thing back the other way and climb back up the mountain. How much does Saquon Barkley help?
I mean, I personally believe when Saquon's healthy, he's on the same level as Christian McCaffrey. I really do believe it. I think he is as much as a difference maker at the running back position in the NFL as Christian McCaffrey. You input Christian McCaffrey into Saquon's position last year, I don't know if he has any more success than Saquon did, right? Like, that team was a mess. Their offensive line had like 17 different starters and different combinations, and you're playing with Tommy Cutlets as your offensive, like, your main guy. Like, that offense was a mess, but Saquon is still as physically gifted as there is of a premier running back in the NFL. You put him behind that Eagles offensive line, I mean, he could be the Christian McCaffrey for the Eagles. I really do believe it.
Because he can not only run the ball, but he can catch the ball out of the backfield, which becomes a huge asset. That's one of the things that people forget is that all of a sudden this check down isn't just going to go for 5. It's going to break loose and go crazy because you're going to have to really steamroll tackle it. Like, this is another weapon that you look at and you go, wow, this team is already loaded. Yeah, they went through some things last year, but here's a bell cow that they could lean on. And if he stays healthy, dude, I'm super excited to see what they do.
Well, I pulled a few plays for you guys. You can give us a PhD in what the Eagles are going to get here in Saquon Barkley. Obviously, he's number 26 as you're watching on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, maybe you're stumbling into the O-Line Committee. Click the like button and the subscribe button on this YouTube channel. Tell a few football-loving friends, and find your offensive line lifestyle apparel over at OlineCommittee.com. We got the Clean Pocket Club shirts and some other good stuff there. So, okay, let's roll this here, boys.
Ooh, weak.
Whoop.
Love it.
Oh, my gosh.
He's got some wiggle, man.
He does.
I mean, he always has. I mean, he's always had wiggle. I mean, and even if you look at this play should technically be dead on arrival. First of all, you've got Justin Pugh playing left tackle, right? He gets cross-faced immediately. Right? That's Jermaine Johnson.
Straight off the couch.
Immediately, just like right here, you're supposed to aim at his inside. You're supposed to aim at his inside via the neck, pry the hole open here, and you just overshoot this and come underneath here. And so immediately right there should be dead to rights. Right? That should be a tackle. Most backs in the league, that's probably a tackle. Right? But Saquon's ability to push it, escape, I mean, Ben Brayton does a nice job of widening the linebacker here enough. Make a guy miss in the hole, accelerate again, wiggle to it here. Like, he's just such a dynamic playmaker. Like, just get the ball in his hands as many times as possible. And I can remember us watching the Eagles versus the Vikings game and breaking that down last year and remembering the holes that Sweat was running through. Like, now input Saquon Barkley into that.
It's going to be trouble, dude.
God.
This cut that he's about to make right here. Boop. Oh, my God.
This right here, too.
Whoop. Got him.
Just 5 extra yards real quick.
He has finesse, but he also has this power ability that's going to make him special behind this offensive line, dude. And you can use him any which way you want, which is super fun. Here we go. Simple trap. Gone. Telling you. Finesse plus the power ability. And to run through the tackles like this, It makes it so fun. And this looks like an Eagles play, right? Smash mouth, physical, trap. We're going to come out here, get the linebackers barely blocked. Doesn't matter. I'll slip through anyways. I mean, dude, his position as he runs is incredible. Look at that.
Number 22, dude.
I'll just sidestep you. I'll make this look easy.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
We're going to see this play ran by the Eagles 100 times next year.
For sure.
Trap down here. Here comes the $21 million guard, Landon Dickerson, pulling across here to trap probably the Giants, right? Like probably against the Giants, right? And he's going to come through here. But there's no run that Saquon can excel at. And that's the difference when you talk about elite backs in the NFL. Right, like so many times you hear like, oh, he's an in between the tackles back, or he's a third down back, or he's a scat back, or he's a screen back, or he only runs that outside zone scheme. Like Saquon Barkley has every single tool to run in between the tackles, get to the edge with the speed. Like he is the second best back in the NFL when healthy.
Wow, that's a take. That's a take.
It's a
right
take.
there.
Look at that.
When fully healthy, he is the second best back in the NFL, and I will plant the flag on that.
I don't think that's. I mean, who are you, Mackey? Who are you thinking it's to?
I mean, Chris McCaffrey's number one.
Clearly
Correct.
I don't disagree with you. It's a take, man. Like
it's just crazy to think, right? Because they didn't play well.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't play well last year. Now you think all of a sudden, hey, what happens when this guy gets a viable offensive line that can stay healthy, a quarterback that can stay healthy, and some receivers on the outside? Like, this could be a very interesting combo. But look at this. This is a zone play that he just reads right now. And look, this burst out of this hole right here. Gone. Like, he's just very decisive when he runs. He knows where he wants to go, and he's going to go with authority. And if you catch him, great. You're going to have to tackle him. But at the same time, like Jay said, there aren't a lot of backs that can run like we saw that trap through the A gap and then take this like this right through the C gap as smooth as he does. Like, he makes this look a lot easier than it really is because not a lot of backs are going to be running this hard through the front side. But he's like, I dare you to try and arm tackle me. Dude, he's special.
His vision and his patience too are another thing, right? Like a lot of backs are, I don't want to say dumb, but they don't. They
no, they're not patient. I agree.
They're just they have blinders on.
Yeah.
Right. They have blinders on it, and they only can see one thing. Right. Hey, outside zone. My aiming point is the outside hip of the tight end, and that's what I see, and I'm going to get there as fast as I can. Right. Like his ability to see the whole field as a runner and feel when there's over pursuing or things like that, or when it's time to punch it out the front side. Like those are the type of stuff. Like right here, there's a guy in the hole.
Go back
in the hole.
You did not
watch the toe drag. Like a little
Antonio Pierce probably got so mad.
Right. Boom.
First
of all,
left tackle,
totally
left tackle. Where are we going? This is the scoop, bud. Go back. Let's talk about it. All right, listen. We have a quad on the outside, right? We have 3 guys blocking 1 right now. Technically, what we wouldn't mind doing here is quadding this, having the left tackle step to the left just in case he pinches inside, right? Like 2 tight ends don't even equal a real tackle, so they might need help. But at the same time, watch.
Look at the size difference here, by the way.
But here, he's 2 turned. See how he's 2 kind of like just turned his whole body out? You can't even see that linebacker inside. We actually just talked about this last week with the guys in our gym. The minute, because we had some tight ends come in and work with our tackles, the minute you turn out like this, you see how this linebacker now sees this massive lane, and he sees you. He's not stupid. He's paid millions. He sees you looking out. When he knows it, he's supposed to be being blocked by him. So now what's he going to do? He's going to run through right now. The minute that they see this gap and you push out like that, this guy's, look at that. This should be dead to rights, and it's not. That's what makes him special. You can't tell me that any other player doesn't make that tackle. They just run through here and just straight, like this linebacker's thinking too much. Go tackle him now. But at the same time, we talked about the patience. Look at this. Both his feet are in the air. It's almost like he's kind of fucking with him. Like, where am I going? Where am I going? What? You missed me. You're gone. Dude.
Wow.
The best when he dives here at the end. Like, I just got to try.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Antonio's going to kill me.
Chalk outline. God. Chalk outline. Hey, chalk outline. There he is. Y'all want to see a dead body? Right? I mean, to go back, this is also stuff that I'm talking about. Like, this is a communication error on the front of the offensive line and the tight ends, right? So right here, J-Mike, the center, he sees this extra element in the box, right? Go back to the very top. So, like, in an ideal world, you identified the front side linebacker number 15 over the Raiders symbol, right?
Yep.
And you say, hey, that's our combination as the center and the left guard. Then you're saying, AT, you guys can work out to most dangerous here over number 1. When you add this extra element that walks down in the box on the right side over Max Crosby, you see J-Mike re-ID this, right? And he's now saying, hey, we're now going back 1 to number 41 as our ID, which now means everyone's got to go back 1. That means Evan Neal, you're climbing up for MDM here. Wandale Robinson's going to influence as he comes out. AT, Anthony Thomas, you got to put a pin, like Alex was saying, on this technique and climb to 15, and that's where the crease in the defense is going to be, right? And everyone didn't get the memo, right? And that's what you really, at the beginning of the year at least, didn't see from the Eagles. Now, at the end of the year, they had plenty of issues, right? Yeah. They had plenty of issues with mis-ID and stuff, and we did a full film breakdown on it. But if you can give this guy clean holes, look out, because if he can create, and that's what makes elite backs elite, is they create, right? You hear, I think, Gus Johnson, chicken salad, right? Like, he makes stuff out of nothing. And when you can have a guy that can create like that, and then when the play's there, he's not forcing it, he just lets it hit, that's when we're talking about special backs.
A lot of these just look like they shouldn't be 20-yard gains, but
I was gonna say, look at Wink. He's on the sidelines, arms crossed, just yeah, that's right. Give it to him.
I mean, back to 12 personnel here, 2 tight ends.
Great block by the tight ends.
The tight end. This is a great job by the tight ends.
Who is that?
Right.
Who's 82?
That's 82.
Starts with a B, right? Watch this reach by this tight end right here. He creates this entire running lane, and then AT to come over and grab it from him. Watch this. Ooh.
Look at that.
Get into it.
Climb onto 56.
It's a great job.
Great job.
That's what it's supposed to look like every time. I need a cigarette. Oh, my God. That was incredible.
82, you're welcome into the O-line room.
You take back what you said about the tight ends?
Just 82. Just 82. You have to prove yourself. You know that, Jay.
Look at 82 again there, dude.
Hey, hold them off. Here we go.
Look at this. Heavy
Here we go.
traffic.
Look at that. 97 did the spinning shits. He has no idea which way he's going. Did you see that he did a full 360? Like, stuck a hand out.
Listen, we got to give some love here to J-Mike, our center.
It's incredible.
This is an incredible block by him. This is a 2-eye, right? This is a guy all the way a full gap over, right? Like, he's not a shade. He's not a gap player. He is on the guard's inside shoulder. And the guard here waves goodbye and says, good luck. To be able to get over and reach this dude and just allow it to not even get penetration, just to stay neutral on the line of scrimmage is an incredible job. And he's what makes this whole play go. Because if J-Mike gets creased here and they blow this up vertically, there is no cutback. The patience, like right there, that allows him to cut back because J-Mike was able to skate him vertically. That's a really, really hard block to do for a center, and he made that look really easy. And that's the read there for Saquon, is the ability to cut back behind the center if the backside block can get walled off.
Inject it.
Here we go. Ooh, look at this stutter. Oh, with the free runner. Dude.
Boink. Boink.
This play is tough because on stutter.
Oh, look at him bounce, too.
Ridiculous. By the way, I love the old unis. This play is tough because on this play originally, you're only allowed to leave 2 people because you have 2 pullers. But see how this kind of becomes a 3-person party over here? And one of them's going to end up becoming unblocked. Like, see how they all stay? Technically, you're only supposed to leave 2. This is Saquon, like Jay said, creating something out of nothing. There's a lane there, but see that guy right there? Who's that, Tremaine Edmonds?
So we're keeping an eye on 42 here.
Yep.
He's
No,
essentially
Tremaine
left
was with Chicago.
No. I'm trying to think of who that is.
unblocked.
I don't know who that is, dude. They had so many inside backers because everyone just kept getting hurt.
That's right. They did.
Like,
have a rough
Buffalo's
year.
inside backers were just disasters.
This is a great job of Saquon getting through here. Unblocked player in the hole. Once again, get skinny and get vertical right now. That burst is so hard to bring down when they take off. And then to be able to get away from guys here, like, dude, it's incredible.
15 extra yards
physically.
just bouncing out there too. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I'm drafting fantasy number 1 or number 2 next year, I'm not afraid to take Saquon Barkley. Not doing
Dude,
it.
also, like, if you're ranking, let's rank NFL players that you shouldn't arm tackle, okay? Like,
yeah.
where do these quads rank?
I mean,
That's
You're gonna
easily
tackle
top
him with
5.
number-
That's a top 5 quad.
that
Don't-
arm,
Yeah, no.
I mean,
It almost got snapped off, dude.
yeah.
You're icing
Blood
that.
everywhere.
You're icing
Let's
that.
be honest.
You're icing that after the game.
If number 1 was Marshawn Lynch, this Saquon's easily in the top 5. You are not bringing Marshawn Lynch down with one arm, ever.
I got one more for you guys here. This is, I mean,
I'm so glad you threw a
passes,
pass in.
obviously.
I'm so glad you put this in because look at this. Oh, drop it in the bucket.
It's a great pass, by the way.
I'm telling you, man.
Tommy DeVito.
I was surprised to see that number 2.
Tommy Cutlets.
But at the same time,
It's not even going to be on the
this is a
roster.
wheel route. This is a wheel route, okay? And it's so funny because we hit this same exact team versus a wheel route in this same exact stadium to our fullback, and it went for the same exact play. But to be able to do this, our fullback back then was like Juszczyk. So to be able to run this wheel route and catch this ball makes you just another weapon that the defense cannot account for. Because if you look, that's Bostic covering him. It's a linebacker.
Good luck.
They're going to find this matchup, and they're going to go, who's the linebacker we're picking on today? And it's going to force you to do what? Put another DB on the field, which then they go, okay, they're in dime. Let's just check to a run. Oh, you want to play chess? Well, we'll play checkers. We'll keep it super simple.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that make this whole signing really interesting, in my opinion.
I love it. I think it's a great fit. I think it's going to be perfect for them. It's going to be very painful for Giants fans. I mean, very painful for them.
We'll talk about it in a
But
minute.
yeah, but Eagles fans, this is a home run hit. As long as, and again, I preface all of this with, as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Right. And that's with any running back. Like, that's with any running back. But he is a true difference maker at the position.
Yeah. Amen.
I can't believe that the Giants owners came out and said that they were sickened by this. I don't know what to tell you, but if you're not going to pay a guy, John Mara, if you're not going to pay him, somebody else is. What in the hell do you think this
You
is?
do not get the right to say
you
that.
don't-
He was
you don't
literally,
get to
he came
say
out and was like, I'm sickened by this. I was like, excuse me? With the zero amount of loyalty that anyone shows anyone in this league, like, this is how it
And by the way,
goes.
I don't blame where the Giants are at right now. They're not like Saquon Barkley away from contending
Correct.
for a Super
No.
Bowl. So it's the right move for the Giants to say, hey, man, thanks for the great 5
Right.
years or whatever it's been. And it's the right move for the Eagles, who are still trying to pry open that Super Bowl championship window.
It's a great move by the
you
Eagles.
don't-
We just took the number 1 player from our competitor away from them and put him on our team.
Yeah.
The second you release a guy, you don't get to have a caveat and be like,
No.
but don't go in the division. Like,
Right.
you don't get to like say, hey, we don't want to pay you what you're worth. We just don't think you're really worth that. But we also want to dictate where you go.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
that's not how
bullshit.
this works.
I didn't like that.
Pump the brakes. We'll calm down.
Pump the
now.
brakes, John.
All right, boys. That's the film review here. Click that like button and the subscribe button on the Online Committee YouTube channel. See ya.